This inventory surveys the principal Venezuelan military vehicles and mobile combat systems that defined its ground and air power from the Cold War to the present. It covers armored fighting vehicles, key artillery and air defense platforms, and the core combat aircraft that shaped national doctrine, readiness, and operational options across decades of service. Before we continue, tell us, where are you watching from? Drop your location in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe. Trust me, you're going to love this series. Main battle tanks and armored fighting vehicles. Venezuela's ground combat fleet blends legacy French and Brazilian platforms with later Russian-supplied armor. Together, they reflect shifts from light, mobile firepower toward heavier protection, mechanized infantry support, and modernized combined arms capability. AMX-13. Designed as a lightweight tank for reconnaissance and rapid fire support, the AMX-13 gave Venezuela a compact armored platform suited to road movement and dispersed operations. Its defining feature was the oscillating turret paired with an auto-loading gun system, allowing a high initial rate of fire for a tank of its class. In Venezuelan service, it provided armored presence and training value for decades, even as protection and anti-armor threats outpaced its design. Its legacy is as an early modern armored baseline, fast to field, limited to modernize, and gradually eclipsed by heavier main battle tanks. AMX-30V, built as a main battle tank emphasizing mobility and firepower over heavy armor, the AMX-30V addressed the need for a modern armored spearhead able to operate across varied terrain. A defining characteristic was its 105mm gun armament and straightforward, serviceable design philosophy that favored operational readiness. In Venezuelan use, it became the principal heavy tank for years and remained relevant through upgrades and sustainment efforts, even as supply and maintenance constraints grew. The AMX-30V proved that a well-balanced conventional MBT can remain useful when doctrine and logistics keep pace with aging fleets. T-72B1V acquired to modernize armored forces with a more protected and higher survivability main battle tank. The T-72B1V was intended to deliver credible shock action in conventional ground combat. Its defining feature is the compact, low-profile turreted design associated with the T-72 family, emphasizing a smaller silhouette and rugged battlefield mobility. In Venezuelan service, the platform represents a shift toward Russian-origin armor and associated training and sustainment models, with readiness shaped by parts, maintenance support, and the broader supply environment. Its legacy is Venezuela's most prominent modern MBT, tied tightly to logistics and fleet upkeep realities. BMP-3, developed as a high-firepower infantry fighting vehicle, the BMP-3 was meant to move mechanized infantry under armor while providing substantial direct-fire support. Its defining feature is the heavy weapons fit for an IIIEV class, built around a large-caliber main armament concept that supports both anti-armor and fire support roles. In Venezuelan service, it expands mechanized capability beyond simple troop transport, enabling infantry to operate with more organic firepower and better battlefield integration with tanks. The BMP-3's legacy is as a doctrinal enabler. It pushes mechanized infantry toward combined arms operations rather than purely protected mobility. BTR-80A, intended as an armored personnel carrier for protected troop movement and security tasks, the BTR-80A addresses mobility requirements on roads and firm ground while retaining basic battlefield resilience. Its defining feature is the turreted cannon armament of the A variant, which improves fire support compared to earlier machine gun-only carriers. In Venezuelan use, this type supports mechanized transport, patrol, and internal movement needs, complementing heavier tracked vehicles with a wheeled logistics footprint. The BTR-80A's legacy is practical utility. It increases unit mobility and provides a scalable armored presence, though its protection level remains below heavy IFVs and MBTs. EE-9 Cascavel, designed as a wheeled armored reconnaissance vehicle, the EE-9 Cascavel was meant to provide scouting, screening, and mobile firepower without the cost and logistics burden of tracked armor. Its defining feature is its wheeled armored car concept, optimized for speed, patrol range, and rapid reaction across road networks. In Venezuelan service, it fits roles such as reconnaissance detachments, border mobility, and security operations where heavy tanks are unnecessary or impractical. The Cascavel's legacy is endurance through suitability. When matched to terrain and mission, a well-armed armored car can remain relevant long after frontline tank designs evolve. Rocket artillery and mobile air defense. Venezuela's long-range fires and layered air defense rely on mobile launch platforms that can disperse, relocate, and complicate targeting. These systems emphasize coverage, survivability through movement, and the ability to protect key assets and formations. BM-21 Grad, built to deliver massed rocket artillery fires rapidly over wide areas. The BM-21 Grad was designed for saturation strikes, area denial, and suppressive fires rather than pinpoint accuracy. Its defining feature is the multiple launch rocket system concept, firing salvos that can overwhelm targets with volume and speed. In Venezuelan service, it provides a standoff fire capability that can support ground forces or defensive postures, with effectiveness depending on ammunition availability, training, and targeting processes. The Grad's legacy is doctrinal simplicity with real impact. It remains a widely used rocket artillery system because it delivers quick, scalable area firepower. S-300VM, Ante 2500. Acquired as Venezuela's most powerful ground-based air defense system, the S-300VM was intended to provide long-range coverage against aircraft and certain missile threats. Its defining feature is the use of tracked transport erector launcher vehicles, improving cross-country mobility and allowing the system to shift positions instead of remaining fixed. Operationally, it serves as a strategic layer in Venezuela's air defense network, shaping how adversaries would plan air operations near protected zones. Its legacy is a deterrence-oriented capability. The system's value lies in credible engagement ranges and mobility, balanced against readiness, maintenance, and crew proficiency demands. S-125, Pechora 2M. Modernized from the older S-125 concept, Pechora 2M was intended to keep a medium-altitude air defense layer viable through upgrades and improved mobility. Its defining feature is the shift to wheeled transporter erector launcher vehicles and modernized components, replacing the older static launcher approach. In Venezuelan service, it provides broader coverage for defended areas and can be redeployed as threat directions change, adding flexibility beyond fixed sites. The system's legacy is adaptation. It demonstrates how an older air defense lineage can remain operationally relevant when mobility, electronics, and support vehicles are upgraded to modern standards. Buk M2E, designed as a fully mobile medium-range surface-to-air missile system. The Buk M2E addresses the need to protect formations and key sites while moving, not only from prepared positions. Its defining feature is a highly mobile architecture that supports independent operation and rapid relocation, reducing predictability for opposing aircraft. In Venezuelan use, it strengthens the layered defense concept between long-range systems and close-range point defense, and reporting indicates the system supports both ground and naval-related defense tasks. Its legacy is flexibility. A mobile, medium-range SAM can force cautious air planning, but its real value depends on integration, training, and sustained readiness. Combat aircraft. Venezuela's combat aviation evolved from classic Cold War fighters to modern multi-role aircraft with supporting light attack and trainer platforms. These aircraft reflect shifts in air defense, strike doctrine, and the constraints of sustainment over time. Dassault Mirage. Third IIIEV. Developed as a high-performance interceptor, the Mirage 3 family was built to counter fast aircraft threats and give air forces a capable supersonic fighter. Its defining feature is the delta wing configuration, trading low-speed handling for high-speed performance and strong climb characteristics in its intended role. In Venezuelan service, the Mirage 3 FE formed a core fighter element for air defense and national airspace control during a key Cold War period. Its legacy is foundational modernization. It moved Venezuelan combat aviation into the supersonic era and established a fighter capability that later transitions would build upon. Dassault Mirage. 50 EV. Introduced as a later development in the Mirage line, the Mirage 50 EV was intended to sustain fighter capability with improved performance and updated systems within a familiar airframe concept. Its defining feature is the modernization approach, preserving proven delta wing qualities while enhancing operational effectiveness through upgrades. In Venezuelan service, it supported air defense and interception tasks, and provided continuity as earlier fighters aged out or faced sustainment challenges. The Mirage 50 EV's legacy is as an evolutionary bridge platform, extending the operational life of the Mirage concept and maintaining a credible fighter force, while Venezuela's fleet composition shifted toward newer multi-role aircraft. General Dynamics F-16A-B Fighting Falcon, ordered to provide a modern, agile multi-role fighter. The F-16A-B was intended to deliver both air defense and strike flexibility with a strong performance margin. Its defining feature is its highly maneuverable design with advanced flight control philosophy for its era, supporting a broad mission set in a single airframe family. In Venezuelan service, the F-16 became a marquee capability, though later operational readiness and weapon integration were shaped by supply and sustainment constraints over time. Its legacy is a clear technological step change. It represented a modern Western multi-role standard, even as long-term fleet viability depended heavily on support access and maintenance. Sukhoi Su-30 Mk2. Acquired to provide a modern multi-role and strike capability, the Su-30 Mk2 was intended to restore high-end air power with strong range, payload, and air-to-air performance. Its defining feature is its twin-engine heavy fighter design, optimized for long endurance and multi-role employment, enabling both air defense and strike missions. In Venezuelan service, it stands as the centerpiece of combat aviation, frequently cited as the most capable fighter type in the inventory compared with older fleets. Its legacy is strategic leverage. It provides the most credible modern air combat and strike option Venezuela fields with sustained effectiveness tied to training, maintenance, and dependable supply chains. Rockwell OV-10 Bronco, built for light attack, observation, and close support roles, the OV-10 was intended to operate from austere fields and support ground forces with persistence and visibility. Its defining feature is its mission specialization for counterinsurgency-style tasks, combining endurance with practical weapons carriage and observation capability. In Venezuelan operational history, it is associated with internal security and close support contexts rather than high-end air combat, where survivability demands differ sharply. Its legacy is role clarity. The OV-10 demonstrates how a purpose-built light attack and observation aircraft can be highly useful for specific missions, even as it remains vulnerable in more contested air defense environments. Hongdu K-8W Karakoram, procured primarily as a jet trainer with light attack potential, the K-8W was intended to support pilot training pipelines while offering a limited secondary combat role. Its defining feature is the trainer-first design philosophy, balancing cost, maintainability, and flight characteristics, suitable for advanced instruction. In Venezuelan service, it contributes to sustaining aircrew proficiency and can be used for light strike or patrol missions depending on configuration and doctrine. The K-8W's legacy is practical fleet support. Training aircraft are force multipliers because they keep pilot generation stable, and their secondary roles are useful when matched to low-intensity operational requirements. Combat helicopters Mi-35M, acquired to provide a dedicated attack and assault support helicopter, the Mi-35M was intended to deliver heavy firepower, survivability, and battlefield mobility in support of ground forces. Its defining feature is the gunship concept combined with robust design lineage, emphasizing armor protection and the ability to operate in demanding conditions. In Venezuelan service, it strengthens close support options, convoy protection, and rapid reaction tasks where helicopters can apply direct firepower and maintain presence over an area. Its legacy is capability concentration. A true attack helicopter adds a distinct battlefield tool, but its operational impact depends on maintenance tempo, training, and integration with ground maneuver units. Naval Combatants. Venezuela's most significant naval combat power has historically centered on frigates and submarines, supported by smaller fast attack craft. These platforms focus on maritime presence, sea denial, and protection of key coastal approaches. Mariscal Sucre-Class frigate. Built to provide a principal surface combatant capability, the Mariscal Sucre-Class frigate was intended to deliver multi-mission naval power, including escort duties and maritime patrol with credible sensors and weapons. A defining feature is its frigate-level air defense fit for point defense, historically incorporating missile-based protection for the ship and nearby units. In Venezuelan service, the class symbolizes blue water ambition and fleet leadership, though practical readiness and modernization determine real-world capability over time. Its legacy is institutional. A frigate class anchors training, doctrine, and maritime command experience, even when fleet size and sustainment pressures limit the number of fully operational ships. Type 209-1300, Sábalo-Class. Submarine commissioned to give Venezuela a potent sea denial tool, the Type 209-1300 submarines were intended to provide stealthy deterrence and the ability to threaten surface ships in littoral and regional waters. Their defining feature is the diesel-electric attack submarine concept, optimized for quiet operations and ambush tactics rather than sustained high-speed cruising. In Venezuelan service, the Sábalo-Class represents the Navy's most strategically significant strike and deterrent capability when operationally available. Its legacy is leveraged through stealth. Even a small submarine force can impose uncertainty and defensive burdens on opponents, with effectiveness fundamentally tied to maintenance, crew proficiency, and overhaul cycles. Venezuela's inventory shows a steady move from legacy Cold War systems toward a smaller set of more capable, mobile, and layered forces. Tanks and mechanized vehicles emphasize combined arms potential, while rocket artillery and air defense add standoff effects and protection. Combat aviation transitions from classic interceptors to modern multi-role fighters, supported by training and light attack aircraft. Overall, capability is defined as much by sustainment and readiness as by platform design.